recently announced that the Steam Deck is here. I'm not talking about paying $5 to sit on a waitlist for a year while you anxiously refresh your inbox hoping to see the golden ticket arrive. No, Willy Wonka's factory is open to the public, except they're not selling chocolate bars, they're selling the power of a gaming PC in the palm of your hands. Now, the Steam Deck has been generating a lot of hype over the last few months, and for good reason. It's only the second handheld console made by a major company that's available right now. The other is the industry titan that is the Nintendo Switch. This is important because Nintendo has basically been our only option for mainstream handheld gaming since Sony's last attempt in 2011 with the PS Vita. And we all know how that went. While the home console wars have raged on between PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, the handheld space has been nerf or nothing. Oh wait, that's the wrong brand. I find this situation sad. When I was a kid, many of my favorite games were on handheld devices. I loved the Game Boy Advance, the DS, and the PSP. On these devices, developers made games specifically to be enjoyed on a handheld. We didn't just get the watered down version of a home console game. We got titles that were born and bred for the small screen. You could easily slip these consoles, especially something like the Game Boy Advance SP, right into your pocket and slip it out for a quick 15-minute play session while you were out and about. Being dragged to a boring event you really don't want to go to? Bring your PSP and play Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker or Tactics Ogre while everyone else watches a bunch of sweaty dudes standing around chewing tobacco. Road trip time? Grab your DS and play Ace Attorney or The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Those were some great times. It's unfortunate that handheld consoles have largely gone by the wayside. The original Switch is halfway there, having the functionality of both a home console and a handheld device, but has flaws in both categories. It's extremely underpowered for a home console, while being too large for a true portable. Ain't fitting that in your pocket. However, it's an interesting machine, and I'm glad Nintendo is still keen on pushing the boundaries of portable gaming. There is something really special about devs having to work within the constraints of the Switch's hardware capabilities, which are largely a result of it partially being a handheld console. This is why we get spectacular titles like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which honestly should not be possible on the Switch. Having to develop for portable hardware like the Switch or PS Vita means devs are forced to invent new techniques and really stretch their creative muscles to fulfill their vision for a game. The DS brought a number of new, fun gameplay mechanics that were only possible because of its dual screen layout and touchscreen capability. This would never be possible in a home console. For the longest time, Nintendo has been the king of portable gaming. From the original Game Boy in 1989 to the DS and now the Nintendo Switch, they have consistently released and supported new handheld consoles for decades, and they've spent much of that time at the top alone. There were some competitors like Sega with the Game Gear, SNK and their Neo Geo Pocket, Atari and the Lynx, never heard of it, and Sony with the PSP and PS Vita. Other than the legendary PlayStation Portable though, none of these were even remotely close to their Nintendo counterparts in sales. The Nintendo Switch, however, is the first handheld to be truly alone. Even the 3DS had the PS Vita alongside it, regardless of how poorly it sold. No, until now, with the full availability of the Steam Deck, the Switch has been in isolation for 5 years. And while neither of these devices are true handhelds, excluding the Switch Lite I suppose, even though it plays the same console games as the Switch, these are good signs of what is to come. The extreme success of the Switch and the huge hype over the Steam Deck show a renewed interest in the handheld experience. Sure, there are other products like the Analog Pocket or the Aya Neo, but those are extremely niche, and I wager most people have never even heard of them. What makes the Steam Deck important is that a major player other than Nintendo has decided now is the right time to step into the handheld market. My hope is that this trend continues, so that we might end up getting a PlayStation Portable 2, a Switch 2, or even an Xbox to go. I'm excited for all the games that will be developed purposefully for the handheld experience. I'm ready for cool new innovations like the Game Boy's link cable, the DS's dual screens, or the PS Vita's OLED screen before any of us had ever even heard of an OLED. I can't wait for the next Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I'm excited for the return of handheld gaming.